for millions. A lot of people are wondering what's next now that some stay-at-home orders are being lifted. Alex Leonida with Capital Financial Group is joining me again. Alex, thank you so much for speaking with us. And we first spoke with you at the end of March. How have the markets changed since the stay-at-home orders first went into effect?
Well, hi, Andrea. Thanks so much for having me again. Global markets have changed a lot. U.S. large cap stocks in particular have gone through the roof in the face of just about the worst economic data we've seen since economic metrics have been tracked. Our policy at our firm is that data should dictate your positioning, and markets have a tendency to overshoot both up and down, and the data is telling us that the market may be getting ahead of itself just a little bit.
And the federal government passed the CARES Act last month, which gives money to businesses and taxpayers. How has that impacted the markets?
Well, the CARES Act was no doubt monumental in size. One thing we know for sure is that the stock markets really love stimulus, but the bond market, specifically treasuries and the commodity markets, are telling us that the CARES Act wasn't nearly enough. We think the recovery is going to be a bit slower than a lot are predicting at this point, and as of this morning, 30 million jobs have been lost, and I think we all know it's a little bit easier to fire than hire. The checks that are coming in to small families are providing only about a month of liquidity. The checks that are going to small businesses are only giving about 2 months of liquidity, and this kind of leads us to believe that things are going to go back to, or going to have to go back to normal very rapidly in order for this stimulus to be enough.
And how would something like that happen, going back to normal in such a fast manner?
Well, we would likely have to get some form of a treatment that would prove to be, I don't know, something that the general public could believe is real, right? Right now, there's a lot of misinformation out there, and we don't know what really works and what doesn't. And I think people aren't going to be apt to go back to their normal lives until they're comfortable that they could be treated if and when they actually get sick.
And a lot of people are concerned about how the pandemic is impacting their investments. What should people be doing with things like their 401ks?
Well, our research still suggests that the majority of 401k investors have not made a single change to their portfolio. You can call it blind luck or just a hopeful mentality, and hope is not an investment strategy. So we think people should view this rally as a gift, and they should take some of their chips off the table and reevaluate how much risk they're really willing to take in the event stocks don't cooperate with the fallout from this pandemic. And our advice at this point is to do a little bit of research on your own or try to get with a pro to figure out how to diversify your risk moving forward.
And Colorado, along with other states, is starting to ease stay-at-home orders. What should we expect as the country reopens?
Well, frankly, I don't think anybody really knows what to expect. Unfortunately, there's very little continuity in the planning process. Some states like Georgia are letting every business decide how they want to handle it. Some states are segmenting by region, like north or south. Other states are segmenting by county. There's going to be a lot of travel to and from open parts of the country, and there's going to be a lot of confusion on the rules. From a financial planning perspective, we recommend 3 things right now. And first and foremost, it's keeping your budget in check. I think people are antsy, so they want to get out and spend money. But we think the second most important thing is keeping cash on hand, because maintaining cash through periods of uncertainty is paramount. And last but not least, and I'll reiterate this point again, people need to diversify their portfolios. I mean, it's not about hitting home runs when the market's going up. It's about staying in the game till the end.
And that was actually going to be my next question. Folks who are eager to spend, do you recommend that folks continue staying on some sort of budget as they wait this out?
Well, yeah, I think that's incredibly important, because we've seen in other countries that have reopened that they've had to shut back down. It's happened in Singapore, it's happened in Japan, and it's also happened in South Korea. With that being the case, there could be additional job losses, and it's going to be hard to get back into the workforce, so people need capital right now.
All right, Alex, thank you so much for joining us. Again, we've put more information about ways to handle your finances on CBSDenver.com. We'll be right back.
Watch CBSN Denver on your Xbox. It's so easy. Go to cbsdenver.com/Xbox for step-by-step instructions.